Have you been struggling with depression for so long that it feels like you've tried everything at this point and none of it has worked? Well, I'm going to give you 2 reasons for why this might be happening to you. And I want to say that these reasons aren't meant to put any blame on you. They're just meant to open your eyes to one possible reality that maybe you weren't aware of. How can you possibly be to blame for something that you weren't even aware of? So with that being said, let's see if we can get things moving in the right direction. So these 2 reasons are interconnected. They should be viewed together, and they are going to be high level, which means they're more general in nature. They apply to your efforts as a whole. In 2 weeks, I'll be releasing a video that has the low-level steps that I'm using to get better. Okay, the first reason you might not be getting better from depression. Your steps aren't small enough. You're trying hard. I know you are. You're doing everything the experts say to do, but nothing has changed. Or you go through an emotional roller coaster of peaks and valleys. They say to meditate, so you try doing 10 minutes a day, but you never seem to stick with it. They say to get outside every day, but after a few days, you just go back to staying in bed. They say to have a healthy diet, but after 3 days of home-cooked meals, you're exhausted and the dishes are piling up. Let me tell you something important. You did not become depressed overnight. This shit was building up over a long period of time. Wouldn't it make sense that it's going to take a long time to fix it? Now don't panic, because I know that's scary to think about. But the good news is that we don't have to worry about step 6 or 7 or 8. We only have to worry about the step that's directly in front of us. One of the tools I'll be talking about in the next video is acceptance and building that strength. When we can accept our current state and also accept that it will be a process, but put our trust in that process, that's how we maintain the forward momentum. You don't want to feel this way. I know you don't. It's brutal, but it's exactly that non-acceptance of what you're experiencing that makes you desperate to end it, and end it quickly. So when you look at the instructions for getting better from depression, you go at them hard. And what happens when you go at things hard? You burn out, whether you have depression or not. If you've tried these things and given up, it might not be because they don't work. It might be because your steps weren't small enough. And in your desperation to stop being depressed, you may turn to prescription medication, which seems like the quick fix you want, but for many of us, actually makes things worse. The sooner you can accept that this is your current state and that it's going to take time and effort in order to get better, the sooner you can get on that path. So if you found yourself trying these things and giving up, it might be because you're just taking on too much. This is a lot for anyone. And for someone with depression, it feels impossible. Stop going hard. If you want these things to work the way they're supposed to, you need to scale it back. Pick one thing. Yes, just one. Don't worry about the others. You'll get to them when you get to them. When you give up on something, instead of judging yourself and thinking you're useless or you just can't do it or it doesn't work, listen to yourself. Because giving up means that your mind and body are telling you, dude, this is too much right now. So you gave up doing 10 minutes of meditation a day. Scale it back to 5. You still gave up? Scale it back to 2 minutes. Your mind and body are trying to send you a message by giving up. So listen to it and then make adjustments. You don't have to actually give up. You just have to listen. Even if the steps get like ridiculously tiny, if that's all your mind and body are capable of at this moment, that's okay. I'm telling you, it's okay. Because even the teeniest, tiniest little steps are the antidote to giving up. We only need to worry about that step that's right in front of us and making sure that it's not 6 feet high. We have the power to control how high that step is. So make sure it's something you can do. And if you give up, it's a pretty good indication that you made the step too high. Just before we move on to reason 2, remember to have awareness whenever you do that thing. Every day, recognize your efforts. Just acknowledge it in your brain. You don't have to have a huge party. Just acknowledge and have awareness that you did the thing. And trust that the small steps are going to get you to where you want to be. The second reason you might not be getting better from depression, you aren't being consistent and giving it enough time. I'm very guilty of this. trying a new healthy habit for a week, and then I feel like it's not working, so I stop. Or I've burned myself out and give up. So see, it's intertwined with the previous reason. Real change requires consistency, and that means every day. Now, stay with me here because I know that sounds intimidating, but maybe the reason it's intimidating is because your steps aren't small enough. It's very intimidating to think that we have to do all of these things every day. But if we change the height of that step, suddenly it isn't so unrealistic or scary. Being mindful for 2 minutes every day is going to get you a lot farther than being mindful for 20 minutes one day a week. Again, I know it sounds ridiculous to start with such a small period of time, but it worked for me. If you can make the steps small enough so that consistency becomes possible for you, now you're building something. Because if we make the step too high, then we lose consistency, and we need both. So if you find yourself giving up, listen to the message and then scale it back to the level that was manageable for you. When you continue to do this and apply awareness, you'll start seeing the ways that it's improving your life, and then you'll want to do it more. The other side of this coin is that you need to give it enough time. When you're working at the level of teeny tiny steps, they can be the hardest because it takes a while before you notice any progress. I mean, think about it. We all want the steps to be bigger so that we feel like we've gotten more done. But when you climb those steps, you aren't setting yourself up for long-term success, which can get you feeling like you're on that depression roller coaster. That's why I said at the beginning of this video, if you can accept that this is going to take time, then you can do it. This world we live in has become all about immediate rewards and gratification. And now we're all sick, and nobody is getting better because we want it to happen now. We aren't willing to accept that what's needed is time and consistent effort. It's like a classic tortoise and the hare situation. Okay, I have a bonus reason coming up, but before I do, I want to tell you that if you miss a day, it doesn't necessarily mean that you've given up, or even that your step was too high. Maybe it is a sign that you need to readjust, but also it's okay if one day you need a break from self-care. That's totally fine and even necessary, because this is work. It takes effort, and humans absolutely need moments, days, weeks where they can just exist. You're not failing if you miss a day here and there. And now for the bonus reason that you might not be getting better from depression. You stop putting in the work when you start feeling better. I learned this the hard way many times. So many times. That whenever I'm doing better, I start focusing on other things and put off meditation, exercise, social interaction, not realizing that those things not only lifted me out of the darkness, but were preventing me from going back there. Because you start to forget how bad the depression was, which is a blessing and a curse. It's very hard to keep doing the things that keep us healthy when we're already feeling healthy. And I don't have any straightforward solution for this because I'm still guilty of it. But I was thinking that maybe it would be good every now and then to just sit and remember stuff. I don't know, maybe that sounds weird. I'll just leave it at that. But maybe there's even some people out there who have experience with this and can recommend ways to stay on top of self-care in times when you're feeling better or you're feeling healthier. For now, I find that scaling back the steps to be small and manageable so that I can fit them into my days consistently is helping me to keep at it, even as I'm experiencing some relief from depression. I hope you found this video helpful. Please don't forget to tune in, not next Sunday, but the Sunday after, for the video that will go into the tools that I'm using to get better. They are all incredibly easy to implement and also completely free. So I hope to see you there. Bye.